What's going on? What's going on? We are back. Shout out to the CIA. One love to the FBI, you feminine and beautiful, inspirational ladies out there. Yeah. You know how we do. In the chat room, I need your age. I need your city and your gender. Let's get it. Come on. New shoes, new shoes. Let's get it, ladies. Get it going, gentlemen.
It's not a problem, no, 'cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes. Yeah. Nothing can stop me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to what you and I realize. Lead the way. I follow. No need to say. Where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll find no matter what. Yeah. Susceptible now, before the moment flies, before it flies. So tell your good lies, 'cause I'll find no matter what.
Fine, no matter what. Baba, baba. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, people? Godfather is back in the house, and the house is packed. How we doing tonight? Shout out to all the women, all the men I say who are CIA. Those men are confident. Those men are intelligent. Those men are more than anything else. They are assertive. Nothing happens in this world if you don't do nothing about it. And one love to the women I call FBI. Feminine, beautiful, and all important. Inspirational. Let's go to the James Bond case. Yeah, everything you do it with a little flair. So when I'm traveling, this is what I carry my eyewear in. Want to see? It's a nice case. Jacques Marie Mange. And it's what I decide what glasses I decide I want to wear on a particular day. I like those. I like those. I think we'll do those tonight. I feel like being on that party and bullshit kind of thing tonight. Tonight we'll wear, this color is called Grand Reserve. In my fraternity, we call it Crimson. And yeah, so when I'm on the road, I take 4 opticals and 2 pair of sunglasses. Woo! So yeah, get your frame game up, gentlemen. Frames, fragrance, and footwear are things that once you get them right, you can stop a whole lot of back and forth foolishness. Shut stuff down with your work. Fragrance of the day. A Kevin Samuels classic. Bond number 9, New York Oud. This fragrance is outright magic. Back to the beginnings of my business, I wear this fragrance when I just absolutely positively have to kill the game. That's this. On my channel right now, there's an interview. I'm being interviewed on my local Fox affiliate, and I'm wearing that fragrance. And I could tell that even the lady interviewing me was having a hard time focusing, and she just had to give up the ghost at the end of the interview. She's like, I got to ask you, what are you wearing? You smell so good. It was that. Bond number 9, New York Oud. And for shits and giggles, throw a little molecule or one in there just to make it do what it do. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Last night was a rip roaring show. And tonight's going to be even better. I'm getting ready to flute out to Miami. Getting ready to fly out to Miami and do remotes from there this week. Changing up the pocket square. Let's see. What do you think? Pocket square? Should I stick with the white or should we go with the black and gray? We'll try it later on. Let's get on with the show. Yeah, image matters that much to me. And you know what? Based upon some of the reactions we've seen from this twerk gate, it needs to start mattering a whole lot more to a lot of people.
Yeah. Lunes. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios todo lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. Yeah. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunes. Lunático.
A lot of times what guys got screwed up is because you got into a relationship between the ages of 18 and 21. And when she was hitting 23, you can look back and see no relationships, just date. You want to come out of your 20s, no sexually transmitted disease, no kids, no emotional scars or baggage. And the best way to ensure that is to keep it light, keep it casual, be upfront. Gentlemen, this is where the direct approach to dating becomes so critical. Dealing with women understanding you don't have enough juice. You don't have enough what it takes to nail her down. So going up to a woman who's an 8 and saying, "Look, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Let's kick it." When I was in my 20s, I dated women that I could not afford to keep, but they wanted to have fun. And because I could keep my mouth closed, they're like, "Yeah, sure. I'll kick it with you." Then you see them later on, a year or two later, they married to some rich guy. You have to have the rental car mentality, guys. Because after 30, you can be that guy. But see, it becomes a different twist after that. When you're in your 30s, you got to realize you ain't going to be her first. You're going to be unless you get her when she's very young, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. 18 to 29. I'm going to open up the call line and start answering some questions. Let me scroll through here to see where I get some of the bigger ones. Okay, I'm gonna open up Zoom and see if Zoom is still having that problem that they were having over the weekend with all that crickly audio. You know what? Maybe I'll just do StreamYard. I think I'll do StreamYard. I don't even feel like dealing with Zoom right now. Well, I say that, but all right. Guys, do me a favor. When I bring you on, I need to know your name, your age, and then your question. Your name, your age, and then your question. That's all we need to know. Your name, your age, and your question. No offense. We don't need the long monologue.
Recording in progress.
All that other kind of stuff. Just kind of get to it. Your name, your age, and your question. And that way, you'll get through as much as possible. Why is it important to not be mad at women in your 20s? Because they have the power. They're in a position of power, and it's human nature to use your advantages. It is human nature to use your advantage. And women at that age are going to use their advantage. You can still have fun. You can kick it with them. But man, don't think you're going to nail one down. And you would. And the thing is, it'd be stupid to try to. Even if you did nail her down, you're not going to be happy at the main upkeep cost. It'll be like getting a Rolls Royce. Getting a Rolls Royce in your 20s may sound cool, but the upkeep costs and the maintenance. And as much as guys talk about being on their purpose, being on their grind, such and so forth, one thing that tends to frustrate more men is the maintenance of their feminine companions. Because you can't make women do what you want them to do. You can't make them act how you want them to act, and you can't make them be how you want them to be. And that's what frustrates a lot of young men, and I get it, but we're modern men. And what we're going to do is, like, modern women is a different connotation than modern men. We're going to make modern men, modern sexy savages, contemporary men, avant-garde men, elite men. I'm going to come up with a word that denotes modern men, but you're going to have to accept that being a modern man is different than it was for different time. Other men had the advantage of being able to work one job and being able to provide for an entire family. It's not the same, guys. It's simply not the same. Moderators, keep putting the link in the chat room. It's not the same. So it will be better for you guys to, instead of being upset with women, understand male and female nature. I want you to do that. I don't expect you to go back to sleep. I want you to understand male and female nature. I want you to understand sexual marketplace dynamics. I want you to understand all of the tenets of everything we talk about. Then I want you to act accordingly. Act accordingly. I was talking to a young guy today, and he's in his 20s, and his people are from Belarus, and I'm like, man, I wouldn't be worried about a woman until I'm at least 35, because you're going to need more than guys did in any other time in life. We got to just get to that point. And another thing, going out in groups. I'm not really a big fan on going out with groups of men, yes. But you also, let me also give you guys another piece of advice. Becoming friends with women in college, beautiful women, to listen to how they think. This is what volunteering yourself for the friend zone to key women removes sex from the table and opens women up to telling you the truth. Once you hear how women really tend to think from their friend zone perspective, it'll change your game. It'll change your idea on a lot of different things. Okay? I'm bringing people in one at a time. Volunteering to be in the friend zone. Now, when I say volunteer to be in the friend zone, I mean that. Volunteer to be in the friend zone. Don't try to get your way out. You're spying. You're a double agent. Unmute yourself. Alex. Austin. You muted yourself. I didn't mute you. Oh. Okay. All right. I got to get off you. Hello? How old are you?
33.
Well, all right. What's your question?
Oh, I just I've been having a hard time finding you. I've been watching a lot of your stuff lately, and like watching you, the way you talk to women and how they're they want these traditional values or modern, tradition and modern values. Like, how do you sort through that and find somebody that it aligns with what you're looking for?
What's your question? How do you find a good woman?
Yeah, pretty much. How do you find
well, here's what I want. Here's what I want from you guys. The watching my videos and all that other preamble, guys, please cut that part out. I don't need to know the backstory. Just get to the question. The question is, how do you find a woman that aligns with your values? For what outcome?
Marriage, long term, just somebody, because I'm trying to build myself up.
Hold on. I'm talking to the guys 18 to 29. You're in a different phase. So,
oh, sorry.
But I'll answer the question. Are you in a position to have your wife quit?
What, quit her job?
Yes.
Take care of somebody? I think so. I mean, I'm not.
Do you make enough money do you make enough money to hire your woman?
I make about 50,000 with bonuses or extra bonuses.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Right.
I mean, that's just the reality. You don't make enough to hire your woman.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Well, no, not really.
No, I mean that's fine. I'm getting there, but
so if I told you where to go find them, and
right.
you're not ready for them.
Right.
But this is perfect what I mean. So Austin, you're kind of where I was saying, why spend any time thinking about a wife if you're not in a position to hire her? Knowing what modern women are.
I do. I agree with that because
all right. But if you agree with it, really agreed with it, why would you even ask the question?
I mean, maybe it's just because I'm just I am working hard at getting furthering my career, and I'm just tired of being
No. It's because men today are romantics, and you want love. You want love and consistent sex and somebody to rub your stomach, and you're not there yet, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it for
I
sure.
know. So
Yeah.
this is 2020, 2022 is about self-awareness. Don't lie to yourself.
Hey man, I'm right there with you. I like this is
Okay, but if you're
this is
right
my
there
year
with
of
me, okay,
self-reflection. So
you can't talk through me. If you're right there with me, then understand you're a modern man. You know what the dating environment is like.
yeah,
And unfortunately, if you can't, you put yourself in the position. It's this is why also I'm going to talk about marriage. I would not be worried about marriage and make this clear. I would not be worried. I would not be concerned with trying to be married, guys, unless I can employ my woman. Maximum leverage.
right.
So you're not in that position, my friend. So
Yeah.
and no guy is in your financial position. So at best you'd be looking for some sort of wife who was a partner 50-50 or whatever, and that's fraught with all kind of different issues that I really don't try to address. It exists
Right.
for most people, but that's not the focus of my content. But I wanted to answer your question. At 33, are you working 60 hours a week that you're getting paid for each hour?
No, I'm working. I mean, I have a salary, so but I
You
work way
working 40
past
hours
the
a week in your job?
more for
Okay.
sure.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, see, one of the things I say is, where's your part-time job? Are you working 60 hours a week?
Oh, I travel a lot for work, so I can't really have a steady job where I live.
Okay.
Like I work remote and travel a
Well,
lot.
unfortunately, I'm gonna just be
Yeah.
honest. Unfortunately, if you're working over 40 hours a week and you're making $50,000, you need to go get more, become more valuable.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is a new
No,
position. I've had this job for two
no, I
months
don't care
now.
about the position. I care that you're 33 and you're
Yeah.
making $50,000 a year.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, I'm not college educated, so like I kind of
I
have
don't
to do with what
care.
I have, like
I get,
GED.
I get, okay.
Right.
See, this is when you guys start to, okay, Austin,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. You're college educated or not. The fact of the matter is you want a wife and you can't afford to pay for a wife and kids on your own. I can't change the environment or the culture. Neither can you, right?
Right.
If you can't afford to buy something, it doesn't matter how much you want it. You either go do what it takes to acquire the money or you buy something else. And this
Right.
is why I tell guys, you're still, a lot of guys are still wanting wives on 1950s terms. You're not in a position to have a modern wife or modern times. You can have a rental woman, a girlfriend, but that's short term. Children don't come from that.
Okay.
So if you're not college educated, fine. Whatever it is, I don't, and I'm not going to concern myself with what you do, but whatever it is in this world, men get compensated by our competence.
Right.
Go become more competent if you want to take on the responsibility of these good women and such and so forth. Because you got to
Yeah. I
ask
guess.
yourself, listen, you got to ask yourself a question. If Bob and David raised their daughter to be the kind of woman you're talking about, right?
Right.
Would those men want their daughter to go to you or to the guy standing next to you who had a similar core values and things like that, and he was making double what you were making?
Oh yeah. I mean, of course they're gonna go with the more
Well, then
secure person, right?
so it has nothing to do with her. You're
Yeah.
looking at women that you want, and they're going to have fathers who are going to want her to be in the most secure position, go to the highest bidder. This is why
Sure.
I say, guys, if you're not in a position to control the environment, your wife, such and so forth, and you want long-term relationship and a marriage, look at what's happening in this country right now. It's not a good look. So I really wouldn't be worrying about it at this point. Is my answer for you. You don't
I
make
think
enough.
that mostly, like, I wasn't really thinking of marriage until like I started listening to your podcast or your show and everything. It's because it's like the way you put it. It's like to be more successful in your career. You
Well, but
really
the
need
thing
some
is,
strong
but the thing
behind you,
is,
right?
one comes before the other. You don't. Wives are costs, man.
Yeah,
You don't just get married. I get what you're saying, but
right.
but what I think what you're saying is a wife will help me become more successful in my career. Uh,
Yeah.
well,
There was an episode I was watching, and you said like,
I mean, and I need to get to
there was
somebody else
that.
too, but yeah and
Yeah,
no, but and that's the problem. This is why you didn't start off strong enough to where at
yeah.
33 you should already be moving up the path because the guys I'm talking about are earning more.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I
Okay.
understand. I play my cards different in my life, but I'm
Well, I
trying to
mean,
get
and,
there.
and
I
it is what
appreciate
it
you
is,
listening
but
to me.
I'm just
So,
telling you what okay. Have a good one. Hello.
Good morning. It's like nearly 4 a.m. in London. Thank you so much for allowing me on your show.
How are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
I am well. How old are you?
I'm 29. I've just turned 29 in October.
All right. And what do you got? What are we talking about?
So your show is about this is a high valued man's world. Is
This
that
is
it?
it was missing. This is a high value man's world. Is this a high value man's world? Yep. The ultimate question. What do you think? Is it a high value man's world? Is it not? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm quite new to your content, but I believe so. And I'm actually seeking a high valued man at the moment. Being 29, I haven't got children either.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I did travel the world for like 4.5 years. So I kind of was so focused on work as a air stewardess. I didn't make much time to use that age period to really date and meet anyone. So
Okay.
now I'm taking it seriously.
You're seeking a high value man.
Yeah, a high valued man. Yeah.
Uh, why? Why do you want a high value man?
Because they're worth so much more physically, mentally,
Okay.
financially.
Okay. I mean, that's
And I want
fair.
it.
Do you want kids?
Yeah, I do.
How many kids would you like to have?
Two to begin with.
To begin with? Yeah. All right. Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're married and pregnant with your first child?
No, I imagine myself taking care of the home and like being that support for my husband.
So, did you go? You
Yeah.
said you went to college?
Yes, I did. But I
Yeah.
dropped out.
Do
Yeah.
you have a bachelor's?
No, I have a diploma, which is like equivalent to the first year in college.
Uh-huh.
And I have a certificate in education, which is like equivalent to like part university, like the first year, but
Okay.
no, nothing standard. No.
So, um, so how tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
Dress size?
Should okay, maybe not.
I said dress size.
I'm a UK 10 or 12. I don't know what that is in US.
Okay. How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
I'm 147 pounds.
Okay. All right. Here's the tricky one. On a scale from 1 to 10, where would you rank just your face, fresh face out of the shower, no makeup, no hair extensions, no anything, and you cannot use 7?
5.
Okay. So, and you're 29?
Yeah.
So, this becomes a math equation at this point. A high value man, what percentage of men make 6 figures or more uh, over there?
I don't know actually. Haven't checked that.
Well, what do you think?
Maybe like 10% of the population here in London.
Okay, 10%. 10%. Okay, so the top 10% of men. Okay, so if you want a man in the top 10% of earners, that means he's an above average man, right? So if you say that you're a 5, that's right about
Mm,
average, right?
mm,
Okay. And if you're 147 pounds, UK 10 or whatever, I mean, in the ballpark of average.
mm.
All right. How does that equate to high value man?
Um, can my femininity energy over like give me an advantage because I'm quite calm. A lot of people say that,
Yeah.
and I'm a listener, and um, I do
Oh,
believe in God.
okay.
So
But do you
maybe,
think that there are women who are 8s, 9s, and 10s who are had the same thing as well?
yeah, possibly. I'm sure they do, and they're really stunning, beautiful, and got great figures.
All right.
Really
So,
attractive.
okay, if you say top 10% of men, so if I threw you in a room with the top 10% of men, and I put 10 men in the room, and I put 100 women, and I put 100 women in the room, it's roughly the same odds. Only one man per woman. What's going to be the differentiation between the women?
Ooh, like ratio wise.
Yeah, because you're limiting your selection of men to the top 10% of men, and at
Yeah.
almost 30 years old, um, some of the things that many women would say that they have done in that time frame to separate themselves from the pack would be academic and career, but you haven't done that.
Well, I traveled the world for 4.5 years, so that's a huge accomplishment in terms of me doing that. A lot of people haven't done that.
Okay, um, that's true. How did you travel the world, by the way?
I worked at Emirates Airline
Okay.
from 2015 to 2018.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I was based in Dubai.
Okay,
So that,
so plenty of higher earning men probably flew on those flights.
yeah, I didn't make any effort whatsoever.
Did they make
Mentally,
did they make any passes?
yeah, some did.
Some,
Um,
some, some.
yeah.
Okay, so if you've been around men who are, see
Mhm.
what I'm saying is it's not it's very common for women to want men for their resources. But if you have to make yourself a man in the top 10% of men, wouldn't you think you would want to get the best you could get for your value?
Yeah, so what would that be in terms of me and my specification? What
Well, you
what
um, by your own ratings, you rank yourself as around about an average looking woman, average weight.
without makeup?
It's
Um,
okay, okay, but you don't go from makeup doesn't give you 4 points.
oh, okay.
So if this were 80 years ago, women in your position were they trying to get in the top 10% of men?
No.
Why? Do you not think they wanted more money and to live better?
Yeah, I'm sure they did
So why do you think women didn't try back then? Well,
because they just accepted who they were and attracted that instead, I guess.
that's one answer. But these men are limited. Once they're gone, they're gone. If you can't get
Mm.
one, then what?
Then I accept what other men are available or single, you could say, and want the same things as me.
Do you want to be? Would you be that man?
that man who's high valued, accepting someone like
No,
me?
no, no,
Or
no, no, no. Would you want to be the man who's not a high value man, who's just a regular average man that you have to accept now because you can't get a high value man?
uh,
Would you want a woman coming to you that way?
as long I wouldn't mind as long as they're not like talking about it. As long as they're coming with
Oh, okay.
fresh energy,
Oh, okay.
then that's
So, okay. But as long as they're not talking about it, would you want to be somebody's second choice?
no. I wouldn't want that. No,
Why not?
uh,
Why not?
because it doesn't make you feel
Hmm.
worthy.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now we're getting there.
Mm.
See, back in the day, women who were average were happy to get men who were average and went off and built a life because everybody, it's called assortative mating. But today, women who are average want luxury lifestyles that they can't afford themselves. So the only way to get that is to get it through a man's money. But don't you think if you had to go out and make that money, you would want the best you could get?
Yeah, definitely. I've
Okay.
earned it. So
Well, so and in other words, this is a hard question. They've earned it. Well, is an average woman a is an average woman a worthy reward for a high value man?
oh, can you repeat that? Sorry.
Is an average woman a worthy reward? Average woman worthy reward. Average woman worthy prize for a high value man to earn.
No,
I
unless
mean,
all other women are like gone, then we'll
well,
be
they're
like
not.
this.
I'm just trying to get you ladies to understand that you don't want to be somebody's second choice. So these
No.
average men that you just overlook every day because they can't afford to give you a lifestyle that you can't afford. You didn't put yourself in a position to afford. You don't have the skills to afford. And if you decide to finally give up looking for Mr. High Value, whether you talk about it or not, men don't want to be the second choice. Let me let you ladies know why men know this is the case. Because you don't get to be a woman over 30 years old and not having been approached by suitable men. Most men know that you've been approached by suitable men since you were a teen. You've just passed them up waiting for a better deal. So now when women become over 30, they start to settle. And men are like, back then you didn't want me. Now you're out of options. You all owe me. That's how men are looking at it. Like you
Yeah,
said,
I understand. Yeah.
I'm just saying, why not live an average, normal life where you have to work
Mm.
while you're married and you have to put your kids in daycare and you have to save and live at your budget and do that for 30 years, then
Mm.
retire modestly and live a modest life.
Yeah, yeah. No, I can happily do that easily. I could easily do that. I kind of see that in my sister's relationship. She's married, and her husband earns well, and they have 3 children, and they're so
But
happy.
but that's not what you came in saying.
No, because I was asking if I have the potential to meet a high valued man,
Right.
based on like me.
Okay,
Um,
I
but
get it.
you've made it
But
that
my thing is there are magnitudes more average men and above average men. And at 29, time is running out.
yeah, big time.
And if you're not, I mean, and the reality is, you know the kind of men who actively approach you for serious relationship. And if they're not top 10% men, they're not going to start becoming top 10% men just because you're older and want them. That's for all women. Ladies, listen and listen well. You know the kind and caliber of men that approach you for serious relationship. If they didn't approach you at 25 or 23, they're not going to approach you at 30, 35, or 40. Not going to happen.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, I
what product gains value with age and use?
mm, none that I can think of.
There you go. So when was your last relationship?
In 2018
How
to
long did that
2009,
how long did that last?
it lasted about 8 months. It was long distance though. They were based in Boston.
Okay, when was your last relationship to where you guys are geographically in the same area?
Um, oh, a long time ago, probably over 6 years ago.
How long did that
Yeah,
last?
that lasted mm, 1 year.
Oh, so you don't have a relationship. Okay. So I don't count long distance relationships for most folks. Um, would you say you do relationships well?
I haven't in the past, to be honest.
What have you done?
But
What have you done to fix it?
so I did some therapy.
Okay.
I did that, CBT to be
Okay.
specific,
Yeah.
for 3 months, and that really helped in my social awareness and
Hmm.
how I manage situations
Cognitive
socially.
behavioral therapy.
Yeah, that's the one.
Hmm.
Yeah, I did
So
that.
where do you get out and put yourself in a position to meet men?
So at the moment, just to let you know, I'm a part-time beauty therapist. I know you've spoken about them before on your channel, but I only do that part-time, so I don't do
Where do
it
you put
full-time. So
yourself out to meet men?
where do I put myself out? Um, at the moment, I'm on Hinge. That's a dating app. Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it, but that's an add-on. So what I'm not hearing is a vibrant social life. I'm not hearing that you really put yourself out there.
Yeah. Well, I went to an exhibition, so I do go to like networking events. I did a business show
Okay.
last week, Wednesday, and that
Well,
was
let
an
me let me go
opportunity.
ahead and cut to the chase. It ain't enough.
Hmm.
Ain't enough. Whatever it is, ain't enough. You ladies are going. Let me say this so all women can understand. Easy dating is over.
Yeah.
You ladies are going to have to leave your house, leave your comfort zone, go out in a dress, heels, looking nice, smelling good, and get out in a position and actually start flirting with men.
I've heard that before. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, and you're going to have to do this consistently, not once, not every month or so, because right now the clock is ticking. You don't have time. So, whatever, and I'm saying this to you and through you, I hear so many women who seem like they would be nice women, possibly in relationships, but you guys want to skip all the way to relationship, and you got to get from the initial meeting somebody to small talk to date to decide whether or not you even want to date seriously to decide whether or not you want to be in a relationship. There's a shit ton of stuff that has to happen. And women is like, I just want to skip to the end because I don't want to do the work because I don't want to get my feelings hurt. I don't care. You got to get out there. This is why women have to become assertive and aggressive and competitive when it comes to getting a mate. It's blood sport out there. And if you don't,
Can I ask you a quick question, actually?
come on, I gotta hurry.
Um,
I gotta get to the next person. Go ahead.
okay, then just quick one. Say if I've met someone and they're like a really hard worker, and they've got a really busy schedule, and we can see each other, but it's not frequently, it's not every day, and we do more messaging than meeting
What's
in
the question?
person. As a woman, is it okay for me to like always be available in that circumstance? Like, or does it come across
Man,
Does it
I'm
come
telling you,
across?
you ladies have been given a lot of bad information. You better make yourself available. You better become a pick me.
Okay.
That's right. Because a lot of women say,
Okay.
no, you got to play games. If you're playing games, somebody's a winner and somebody's a loser. And when you don't know anybody, especially when you're getting to know them, you don't have enough. You don't have enough investments in them. Things don't have any kind of context. And this is the sad part. I see a lot of women blowing relationships at the beginning because they don't want to seem overly this or overly that. And the man's supposed to do it. The man's supposed to look. You hear when we talk about secure the bag, you better secure a man. You know how to go up the job if you want it. You know how to get around the world if you want to. They use that same kind of get up and go to be found by a man. Because men today are listening, are waiting for approaching a woman today. I was telling somebody this a week or so ago. You ladies want to wait for men to make the first move and all this other kind of stuff. The world in 2021 requires female consent. It requires female input. And it's not something that men want. And men are not moving based upon a lot of women's 1920s mindset of the way shit is when it's 2021. You guys need to catch up with the way you and your foremothers and your four big mamas, whatever, made the world, and then act accordingly. If you were, you'd be in the gym 5 days a week. You'd be eating a plant-based diet. You'd be drinking a lot of water. You would be, like you said, getting the therapy that you need. You get an image makeover. You would get out there and have an active social life. You'd be getting to you. Look, you have to get out there, especially at 29.
Yeah.
You can't move like you did at 21. You got to act like there's something on the line because in a few short years, the game is over. The wall is undefeated. It's real. Have a
Yeah.
good one, man.
So how long
Uh,
do you?
uh, that's enough. That's enough. Book a session if you want some more. I was just hanging out with the one, the only, the shark himself, Mr. Damon John. Appreciate it, my brother. Out here doing what we do because we are just getting started. Kevin Samuels did not come up with the concept of high value man. It's been around for a long time, just like alpha male and beta male and all this other stuff. What I did is I put some parameters and a definition to it that lined up with a lot of my clients and a lot of the men that I know and a lot of the women who say they want certain men. And we spent the better part of a year and some change figuring this out. Uh, I'm going to look down and the likes aren't over 2,500. I'm going to shut the chat off. We spent the better part of a year and a half discussing the concept of a high value man. Now, the funny thing is, many people may disagree with my quote unquote version of a high value man, and that's French toast, that's fine. But what you rarely ever hear is someone saying that the concept of a high value man is not true. Men know there is a ranking amongst us. And we know that in order to compete and get the things we want as men, we must rank. Men aren't stupid. Men aren't dumb. We know these things. So, if that's true, then the converse must be true as well. If there is a high value man, there also must be a high value woman. Not necessarily. A woman that's highly valuable is not necessarily a woman who is highly wanted or desired. See, there's a desired woman and a woman that's in demand. On Instagram, you can find a lot of women that are desired. Oh my God. You can go many places and see women who are desired. But just like money alone does not make a man high value, being desired alone does not make you really in demand. So if there's a high value man, there also must be a most wanted woman or a high demand woman. Pick your poison. Now, what are some things that a high demand woman need to have? Glad you asked. Let's get into it. Glad you asked. Let's get into it. Okay. Uh, Let me also start reading some of these super chats too. I'm gonna do my best to. When I'm on the road, guys, it's much harder to stay on top of all this stuff. So I'll do my best to read the super chats and things as they go. Um, let's see. But if you want to talk on the platform, you need to be a member and also hit that Patreon. All right. So here we go. All right. A woman that's in high demand, a high demand woman or a most wanted woman, similar to a high value man, these are women that across the board in any economy, any system of governance, anytime or in history, these women were traditionally typically sought after. They were most wanted. High demand, meaning if you have a demand for something, let's say something everybody can use, an iPhone. An iPhone is too common. See, luxury items, that's not even, I don't want to use that because that's not most people. Things that are in high demand typically are in short supply. Okay? Basic economics. Things that are in high demand tend to have supply issues. Okay? Because if the demand is high and the supply is high, I don't want to get too far into economics. Let's look at it this way. If you're in high demand, that's cool, but you also got to be wanted. See, toilet tissue is is in demand, and it's also wanted. Nobody wants to wipe their hand with twigs. I mean, like their butt with twigs on their hands. There has to be a mix of desirability, demand, and being just out wanted. The hierarchy of needs. And these women have typically been the most wanted women, the highest demand women. And get your pen and pencil out because here goes the lesson. Hit the super chat, get them up. Let's get them up because I'm about to teach. Ladies, if you ask yourself, are you a most wanted woman? Are you a most wanted woman? I know a lot of women think they are, but I'm gonna tell you, let's judge based upon the things that the kind of men you ladies want from a woman. Most wanted woman, high demand women. First, it starts off above everything else with a mindset. You could be drop dead gorgeous. You could be feminine. You could be a literal Venus de Milo of a photograph of a sculpture. But if your mindset is jacked up, you may be desired, but you're not necessarily wanted or in demand. What you're wanted for, the demand for you may be physical. So the desirability of a woman, if it's on the physical, it's generally just for a short-term sexual whatever. When I say mindset, appreciate it, my friend. Appreciate it, folks. Your donation or support of the platform to be seen by everybody. I know there are a lot of people who watch the show, love the show. They're like, man, I don't want to get trolled. I don't want these crazy folks who hate you to be flaming me up. So hit the Cash App. That's how you support me without getting the backlash. Just hit the Cash App. Okay? A woman that's in high demand, a woman that's most wanted or in high demand has a mindset. Well, damn, Kevin, that should go without saying. Yeah. But what is her mindset? Now let's get into it. Her mindset is three main things. She's cooperative, she's smart, and she's agreeable. See, all three of those things must be there. She must be smart, but a woman that's smart and disagreeable is not a woman that's in high demand. She's not a woman that's really wanted. A woman who's smart and cooperative, but not agreeable, is kind of useless because she'll only cooperate when she agrees. A woman who's cooperative and agreeable but not smart is kind of also kind of just blind leading the blind. She must be smart, cooperative, and agreeable. Agreeable, cooperative, smart. Whatever you want to say, ACS. That's the basis of that mindset. Now I know a lot of folks are gonna be like, "Oh, wait a minute, hold on, man. Oh, y'all been banging on femininity for the longest. I thought it was about the femininity." Uh, no. You can be feminine and not smart. What good? This is where the
I'm a
PhDs
PhD.
have an argument because there's book smart and there's common sense smarts. You want a blend of both because a woman that's in high demand or most wanted is going to be the mother of your children. She's going to be the one who guards the castle. She needs to be smart. She needs to be able to make decisions. She doesn't need to sit there and look like a pretty thing. So that when women talk about I just inspire my man, no. You don't just inspire a man by your beauty. Oftentimes men are inspired by a woman's intellect. It's how she chooses to show that intellect. Whether it's overbearing or whether it's done um, or whether it's done in a way that's palatable to his ego. Yes, yes, ladies, you're going to have to be palatable to a man's ego. If you don't want to do that, just go ahead and just exit stage left. You must be palatable to a man's ego, or this is a non-starter. If not, go get a lady, go get a girlfriend or something. I mean, but women have egos as well. Okay? All right, so here we go. A most woman has a mindset that's agreeable, cooperative, and above all, smart. I think smarts is more than anything else. I don't deal with women that aren't smart. You know, I'm a guy, this is my personal thing. I'm attracted to intelligence and beauty. So that's a rare mix because a lot of time, anyway. So if you have these things, kudos for you. And thing is, if a man is a high earner, top 10%, 5%, 3%, 1% percentage of that man is going to be dealing with things that he didn't deal with when he was a minimum wage earner. A woman needs to be able to manage all that as well. She can't just be sitting there waiting for marching orders. She needs to bring something to the table. And in this regard, a mindset. Her mindset is so important. And there are other things that can go into a mindset, but I'm talking about the basics. The dough, the sauce, the cheese. The basis of the pizza. I'm not talking about everything that goes on the pizza. I'm talking about the basis. The basics of the pizza. Okay. What is the next thing in women who are in most demand? What is the next thing? Anybody want to guess? Anybody want to guess what is the next thing? We need another 800 likes, guys. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. I'm gonna shout out the chat room. The next thing in a most wanted woman or a high demand woman. She must be fit. I know a lot of women are going to balk at this, but listen to what I'm saying before you start complaining. Physically fit, mentally fit. Physically fit. She must be in good shape. Why? Because fitness uh, is about two things. Well, about three things. I'm sorry. Three things, the three D's: discipline, dedication, and discernment. Discipline, dedication, and discernment. A woman that is fit is a disciplined woman. She has the discipline to stick to a diet, a workout routine, to follow through on something that she starts. The discipline, she is self disciplined. This is the thing that separates a high demand woman, a most wanted woman, from a lot of other women who are just out here frolicking. She is disciplined. She goes to bed, she gets up, she has a routine. She is disciplined. She's not rigid, but she is disciplined. She is also dedicated, and that dedication is to her discipline, to her mindset, to her man, to her family, to her job, whatever it is. She is dedicated. That translates into loyalty, accountability, foundational things that a man can rely upon of a woman to be there. A woman who's disciplined and dedicated is a woman that a man does not need to watch his six all the time. And she is discerning. You can be disciplined and not discerning. This is when you see a lot of women who you might think have a shot at this, but then on Instagram, half their pictures are with their ass to you. Discerning. Discernment. This is what's going to be, whether it's your children, she's going to have to teach the children discernment. She's going to have to know discernment. Oh, I'm not going to go this way. I'm going to go that way. I'm not going to go out with these girlfriends, or I'm not going to go to this party. I'm not going to go to these things. This is a woman that does not have to be told what. She just knows, well, that's not a good look. That doesn't fit with who I am. What? No, no, no. Discipline, but not rigid, dedicated, and discerning. Now we're talking about a woman, okay? Somebody asked, how do they turn their hyenas into a lion pride? You can't. That's something else. That's something completely different. You can't. I just saw that. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, guys. All right, let's get to the next part. Ladies, do you have the right mindset? Agreeable, cooperative, and smart? Are you fit, disciplined, dedicated, and discerning? The next one. A most wanted woman, a high demand woman, is feminine. It's not conditional femininity. It's not this off and on, up and down femininity that so many women today seem to toggle back and forth between. The femininity is constant. She's feminine. And how do you know if a woman is constantly feminine? Well, because she's affectionate. That means publicly and privately. She shows affection. A woman that is affectionate looks at you with soft eyes and a warm heart and a slight smile. She looks at her children. She looks at children in another way with warm eyes. Affection. And this is where so many modern women are falling short, because you guys, you ladies, do not know how to show feminine affection. This is not throwing that thing back. It's not that. Feminine affection. When a man is greeted with feminine affection, he feels it. There's no question when you're in the presence of feminine affection. There are many women who can look the part, yet they don't have the emotive ability to physically, to feminine, to be affectionate in a feminine way. Next, you know a woman is feminine if she is accommodating. This is not a yes woman. This is not a whatever you like. But this is a okay, okay. A woman that's accommodating, okay, give you an example, a sexual example. You know a woman that's accommodating? When you sleep and you land to the side, and a woman who's accommodating, and when you touch on her leg and she arch her back a little bit and toot it up a little bit, and then she moves her leg in a certain way so you can slide that thong up just right over there, and she just, yes, come on, man. That's an accommodating woman. This is morning sex. Her breath is going that way, your breath is going this way, but she knows exactly how to accommodate. Daddy touch. She's like arch, black, thump, wow, a comma, damn date. Accommodating.
I don't need a cookbook.
Yeah, she's accommodating. Your requests are not burdens to her. You like waffles? She learns how to make waffles. You like French toast? She learns how to make French toast. You whatever you like, she does it because that's part of the feminine being feminine, affectionate and accommodating. Now, a lot of women will say that they're feminine, but they're not. They're very low on affection, and accommodating is a different type of agreeableness. Okay?
Holla, holla.
Ja Rule, that chick I talked to, she was not feminine. No affection, not accommodating at all. Feminine, unconditional feminine, affectionate, accommodating, and she has a subtle sophistication. Subtle sophistication. This is the kind of woman that can be in Chanel, or she can be in a sundress and still carries herself with the same level of class, dignity, and respect. Subtle sophistication is not pretentious. Subtle sophistication looks directly ahead. Its nose isn't up. It ain't feeling itself. Subtle sophistication makes people in a lower socioeconomic class, people that are lower than her, feel comfortable in her presence. Subtle sophistication is humble. That's what a feminine woman is. There may be other things, but at its core, she's affectionate, accommodating, with a subtle sophistication. These are some characteristics of most wanted women across the board. Any race, any place, any time, any season, any reason. You don't have to go looking hard. You don't have to go looking far and wide. Women like this are highly sought after, in high demand, typically snapped up quickly. Next, what else are some characteristics of women in the most demand? Are you guys, are we on board with all this? I told you. Told you, told you, told you. Yep. Told you get the likes up. All right. When the likes get up, we get the chat back on. High demand women. They're naturally nurturing. Naturally nurturing. They didn't say they're natural nurturers, they're naturally nurturing. What does that mean? They have this carefree, but yet disciplined, dedicated, and discerning side, but they're still kind of carefree. That means that's the not rigid part of them. There's a carefree, loving, easygoing nature, a lightness about a woman who's naturally nurturing, meaning that everything that I've discussed earlier is not an imposition. You need to be affectionate and accommodating, not a bother. Kirk, it's not what she takes pleasure and pride in being a woman. This is a woman that on Mother's Day celebrates mothers, but on Father's Day, it offends her that women celebrate fathers because being a woman in her mind is the best thing in the world. She doesn't want to be anything other than that. It's not a scarcity mentality to where I got to take from men, I got to chop this down in order to build this up. A naturally nurturing woman has an abundance mindset. Meaning, if you spend most of your time in fear, scarcity, and lack, you're not a natural nurturer. A natural nurturer looks at a dying plant and says, I'm going to bring it back to life. A naturally nurturing woman looks at something that's broken, baby bird wing, whatever. We're not talking about broken men because that's the discernment. She looks at something that needs to be fixed or repaired and asks the question, should I? Not can I, should I? Mindset, fit, feminine, naturally nurturing. These are some of the characteristics of women who are in the most wanted women, the highest demand women. You ask a man who is a thorough, put together man, and I can almost guarantee you that the woman he's looking for, the woman he truly desires, wants, desires, and is seeking for, has these characteristics. It's not about being an 8, 9, or a 10. Again, the most important thing is mindset. Fitness, discipline, dedication, and discernment. Femininity. Not femininity. She's feminine, affectionate, accommodating with a subtle sophistication. Naturally nurturing, a carefree, loving, easygoing lightness about you. Now, you will often find that women like this, people are like, how do these women get these high value men who are just average looking? They got this. They got this and they got them early on. And women like this don't wait. Women like this are wanting to get on with their life. They're not saying, "Ooh, I need to go to the highest bidder or the tallest dude or the best looking guy." They get on and off because these women want to get on into the important part of life, which is friends, family, network, and community. So every year behind a job, earning a paycheck is making a living. These women want to get on with making a life. This is what makes these women the most wanted. Because they're ready to go. Oh, ready to make a life. Oh, yeah, let's go. This is what puts these women in high demand. It ain't their PhDs. It ain't a lot of stuff that women have been told. Somebody's going to ask me where does beauty fit in that category. Glad you asked. Beauty? I've said it how many times? Men will go down in beauty to go up. To go up in wanted status. Most wanted women, high demand women. What are we going to call it? Most wanted women, high demand women? What are we going to call it? High demand women, most wanted women? Because there's high value men and most wanted women. High value men, high demand women. Which one do y'all want? High value man, high demand women? Or is it high value man, most wanted women? Which one do y'all think? That's what I'm going to leave to the chat. Is it high demand women or is it most wanted women? They mean almost the same thing interchangeably. What do we think? In the chat room, is it MW most want? Is it MWW most wanted women, or is it high demand women, or is it HDW? MWW or HDW? Which one is it? Which one is it? Now, see, people are talking about no high demand, high demand, high demand. Yeah, America's Most Wanted really messed up the Most Wanted moniker, right? America's Most Wanted messed up the Most Wanted moniker. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, okay. Looks like high demand wins. Okay, here's the thing. Now there are people who are saying no tattoos, and I'm gonna say this, guys. Look, that is going. Shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Super. Came through with the 199. Oh damn, it came through heavy. Appreciate it. Zoe King, been a member for 12 months. Said, Kev, speaking facts as always. Appreciate it. JD Claw. JD says, good to be here. All right, let's open the chat room. Let's open the Zoom because I want to answer some questions for women. High demand women. Women who are in high demand.
Recording in progress.
I can see either way. A woman that's in high demand is going to be highly sought after. And here's the thing. Men don't look at women like this as they don't mind investing and doing stuff for women like this. See, women like this, men are more than happy to do what he needs to do. Men don't feel like, oh man, she want me to pay all. Now dudes are like, shit, that's it? Yeah, man. Matter of fact, women like this, because they provide so much value to their man, that men are happy to make sure she gets what she needs. That's what happens when you're a high demand woman. Men are happy to see their women. These are the women who get the, we were talking about the other night. These are the women who get the lifestyle and the things many of you women say you want. But they earn it. It ain't even like they earn it. Where did I get some of these concepts? I'm gonna tell you. I talk to the kind of men you ladies want. I talk to the kind of men you ladies say you want. And the things that a lot of these men say that's important to them is so far off from what a lot of you women think. It's so off from what a lot of you women think. And the men who watch the show, I'm gonna tell you, a lot of men watch this show and they're just quietly in the cut. They follow it, and on YouTube they can follow. But on Instagram, a lot of people follow me but won't click the follow button because they don't want to hear all the crap from the people who just give everybody crap. But the reality is, what have I said, ladies, that is difficult to do for a woman who wants the kind of lifestyle and outcome many of you ladies say you want? A high demand woman. Do you want to be a woman that's in high demand? That's the question. Do you want to be a woman that's in high demand? Do you? Do you want to be a woman that's highly sought after? Do you want to be a woman that men are looking to lock down quickly? Men don't look to lock down women who are not in high demand. Men don't look to lock down women who are not highly sought after. Men don't look to lock down women who are not most wanted. Men have sex with those women. And a lot of women think because a man will sleep with you that he will marry you. And here's something, ladies. You're either in high demand or you're not. And if you're in high demand and you're not married, when a man first meets you and he recognizes you're a woman in high demand, he's going to ask himself, why isn't this woman married? Why isn't this woman married? And if he comes to the conclusion that, well, I'm not going to give you that game. I'm not going to give you that one. So, ladies, are you a high demand woman? What's the deal? Because, like I said, physically fit, mentally fit. I didn't say she had to be this dress size or that dress size. And notice, I didn't say anything about her looks. She needs to be appealing. And here's the question. Why are so many modern women failing to meet this basic demand standard? This basic level of demand? Why?
Shot the sheriff. It ain't Bob Marley, it's Parfums de Marley. Leighton and Pegasus. Head-to-head battle. Let's get it started. If you like this kind of content, make sure to go ahead and subscribe and turn on notifications to be updated for the latest video. Player! Unless you've been living under a rock, you've heard of Parfums de Marley and the compliment magnet Pegasus. Look at the bottle. Silver sexiness. This fragrance is a vanilla almond compliment magnet. You know, like most of my comparison videos, I'm not going to go into a big breakdown of the fragrance. I'm going to really compare it and contrast with the things that guys care about. Does it smell good? Chicks dig it? How much does it cost? And then give it to me. All right, does it smell good? Yes. On the C3PO system, compliment factor is very good. It's a very good compliment factor. On my skin, performance is good. I'm going to give it a solid 4 to 6 hours. It's not beast mode by any stretch of the imagination, but it lingers. And that's what it really does. As far as projection, it's going to be in that 2 to 3 feet, but it's a solid, dense 2 to 3 feet because the vanilla almond is so sweet. If you have a sweet tooth, you'll dig this. Sillage on this thing is where it really shines. Sillage is 3 feet plus. So you got a smaller scent bubble, but it travels further. So overall, you get a knockout fragrance if you are a gourmand sweet fragrance lover. This fragrance is definitely much more for that flirty kind of guy. That guy that just loves to go in and just sweet talk all the women. That's this because it's sweetness in a bottle. Women are drawn to this. Age restrictions as far as age, any age can wear it. You can wear it from casual to formal. There are no real restrictions. This is signature scent worthy. What are the downsides? There are no real downsides if you like this kind of fragrance. I thought they couldn't do anything better than Pegasus until they came along with Layton. Layton is the superstar of the house, in my opinion, for me. Let's go to the C3PO system. Compliment factor is exceptionally good on my skin. I've gotten some of the most over-the-top reactions for this thing, even stop people in the middle of interviews. As far as performance, I get a solid 6 to 8 hours out of this. Projection 2 to 3 feet, sillage 2 to 3 feet, but it's a good 2 to 3 feet. This is like Biggie Smalls in the sense that once you grin, I mean, game begins. Yeah, if you get inside that 2 to 3 feet, I got you. That's this. This is much more of so overall, this is a knockout fragrance. And the person I see really rocking this has that really all-American good guy look. Yeah, it's not necessarily a boss, a player, a bad boy, or a flirt. This is the good guy with the tinge of bad to him, because it's kind of like the vampiric-like fragrance, because women just I find ways just kind of drag your way. This is a good fishing fragrance because you will be fishing and catching a lot. No age restrictions, no temperature restrictions. So how do these things match up? Pegasus and Layton. Which one wins as far as compliments? Layton. Which one wins as far as performance? Pegasus. Because it has a greater sillage and it trails more. Which one would I wear if I had to go into a situation where I wanted to be the man? Layton. Which would I want to be without either one of them? Nope. Is it redundant to buy both bottles? No, by a hair's breadth. No, it is not. Why? Because even though they're both sweet fragrances and they sound similar, they smell so completely different to where they fit in different parts of your fragrance wardrobe. Kind of like Dior Sauvage and La Nuit de l'Homme. Yes, they are very great compliment getting fragrances, but they fit in that same kind of genre. You know, that's how I see these two. You know, I like fragrances like this because it beckons going deeper into a house. This house is known for some powerhouse fragrances. Harrod, Hobden, what people sleep a lot on, Ojan, Monster, Nision. There's so many, and they're dense and deep, so it can be very difficult as a fragrance lover to know which one to buy. I mean, you don't want to have a cabinet, you don't want to have a collection full of dense bangers. These aren't dense bangers. These are great fragrances you're on. I spray these and I feel happy. And here's the thing, I know they work. They work, they work, they work. If I had to say which one is a little bit more mature and which one's a little bit more youthful, this is a little bit more youthful, this is a little bit more mature. Meaning that this, I can actually see someone from high school all the way through death rocking this. I can see somebody from college all the way through death rocking this. Do me a favor, have you had these bad boys? And if you like them, tell us why you like them. If you don't like them, you don't need to go ahead and diss them. If you don't like them, just say, hey, they're not for me. But if you like them, tell us why you like them and how you rock them. Again, if you like this kind of content, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up and turn on notifications to get the latest videos as usual. Thank you for subscribing. Till the next time. Talk to you later.
Let me go ahead and address you. Everybody look at Black Rock. Right there. I'm going to go ahead and highlight this dude because I've been talking for an hour and that's all your simple ass got out of this broadcast. I got no room for people like this, dude. So I'm going to highlight you. No, dude. You'd rather be alone than live in misery with the black woman? That's what you said. So the implication is to be with a black woman is miserable. That's the implication. Fuck is wrong with you, man? Seriously. I've been talking for an hour, and that's what you got out of this? That millions and millions and millions of women are all misery. I'm telling you guys, man, some of you, just like there are extremes on the women's side, when they say some extreme things about men, they're extreme on the men's side. Y'all are going to price yourself out of conversation. You're going to have no place to go in mainstream conversations. Because that kind of shit does not work in over here. It doesn't. I mean, basically, you just said shit on everything I just had to say. There we go again. There he is. I'd rather be alone than live in misery with black women. No, fam. This is why I say seek some therapy. All of us need therapy. If that's what you got out of an hour's worth of broadcast of me talking about how black men are on a different level and ready to go to and every time it comes back to a black woman. See, here's the problem, sisters, brothers, men, women. Understand, here's a problem a lot of people have with relationships in general. Whatever you think of when the notion of relationships come up, your avatar, that's what people talk to. It's very personal. And if everything associated with women in general, black women in particular, is negative, that has more to do with you. Because you can't know millions of people. That's mathematically impossible. All right, man. I'm just telling you guys. I'm letting you guys know. The manosphere, women have always been around. They're going to be around. It will continue to evolve. This is a different part because I'm at Manosphere affiliated, but guys, you're winning over here. You're CIA men. You're the top of the top men. You're the guys out here who identify yourself as I want all the smoke. I want to compete. You're in a good position. Probably one of the better positions, the best position a lot of you have ever been in your life. Learn how to win, gentlemen. Let me talk to you guys also. A lot of men, you're going to also have to learn how to win. You're going to have to learn when to stop fighting. You have to, I think a lot of guys just thought you're going to have to fight. You have to learn when to stop and put it down. And the war is over. Now you got to negotiate the peace and all that other kind of stuff. If you're only a wartime general, or if you're only a wartime place, then you got to perpetually look for battles. There are no old warriors. They die. Yeah, dude. And what is that avatar, man? Is that like a blonde beard? All right, man. You're on a short leash, fam. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're on a short leash. Blonde beards, man. Reverse Cisco and shit. All right, but everybody's allowed to make a mistake. Everybody's allowed to say something. I'm just letting this brother or guys like this or women who will come in and say those things, I just put everybody on notice. Extremism, I don't either side. There's a place for it. We're not here. All right, we got to get up out of here. 11:30. Stay safe, folks. Remember, gentlemen, tomorrow is Suit Saturday. Tomorrow is Suit Saturday. I am dropping a video. I'm looking for it. I'm dropping a video off of a new fragrance of Acqua di Gio. You want to hear this video, gentlemen? You know how I say Acqua di Gio Profumo, the best designer fragrance on the planet, period? you're going to want to hear my review on this next fragrance. Yeah, you will. It'll be dropping in the morning. Suit Saturday tomorrow. If you get out and about, put your suit on. Mask up. Cover up. Stay safe. Take care of yourself, Watch the video again. Take it in. Eat the meat. Spit out the bones. If you don't like my face, you don't like what I'm saying, turn me off. You don't have to like me. I'm not perfect. Trust me, I'm far from fucking perfect. We do the best we can with what we got. We all trying to figure this out, right? We all trying to figure this out. All right, then. Until the next time, we are going to get up out of here. Peace. We are gone. The reverse Cisco, right? This song flows, right? I reached out to the artist. Don't be surprised if I don't have my own song. And I say what's wrong, that's my addicted to the good. Come on, Naima, dance with me, baby. Naima, boyfriend gonna hurt me. That's all right. Now let me get the feeling. We're gonna have to dance at least one time. Come on, Naima. I can dance my ass off, girl. I danced myself into a lot of good loving back in the day, boy. Woo! Yeah, baby, get that salsa. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Ah. Peace.
Nothing can stop me. 'Cause I'm addicted to you.